I don't actually think one needs patience to be a fly fisherman, but the conditions change daily. You have to wake up in the morning if you're guiding and check the weather. Did it rain overnight? Is the flow of the river up? Is the water coloured? To be successful as a fly angler, one definitely needs to understand the bugs in the river that they are fishing. Trout generally key in on shape, colour and size. I'm David Richards with Davidson River Outfitters here in Brevard, North Carolina, Davidson River, where we've been fly fishing for trout today. And another. Both hooks are barbless. We have been catching rainbow trout today.
You're going home.
I received a phone call from Veterans Last Patrol. They had a veteran in hospice care.
Hospice care is defined as the last few months of life.
They basically had a last wish to catch one more trout on a fly.
A bucket list item for Mr. Houck.
I don't know how somebody says no to a request like that.
Does that feel good?
I don't want to take his phone so we don't lose that in the river.
You uncomfortable? No.
When we met, he was wheelchair bound, had relatively recent heart surgery.
They told him a couple of different times that he's lucky to be alive even now, and he's still alive.
So we were pretty much on some seriously borrowed time.
I'm blown away that you guys are willing to do this.
Think about how do you get an individual in a wheelchair down a riverbank, into the water, situate him securely in the water.
Mr. Houck is a rare breed. He's still going strong. He has a sense of humor beyond what most people do. He's very positive. He has family around him.
I was literally his eyes. I told him what to do, when to do it, to cast for him occasionally when he got a little tired, mend the line and let him control the drift, and he would set the hook. It's definitely called fishing for a reason. It would be nice if it was called catching every day, but it's not. We picked a day when the fish didn't want to cooperate with us. Come on. Mr. Houck was starting to get a little bit physical discomfort after about half an hour.
He had already said it was time to go.
So I asked him to let me make one more change. He cast 3 times. On the third cast, the indicator went down. He set the hook.
We caught a fish right then.
Possibly the longest trout fight I have ever experienced. Just wanting that fish to slide over the rim of the net and give him the chance to touch that last trout.
For me, coming out here with a veteran on a bucket list, my gosh, it's just, I know Mr. Houck got a lot out of it. Those of us around him probably got as much or more.
That man wanted to catch a fish, and I think the only person that maybe wanted him to catch a fish more than himself was me. Taking a man in a wheelchair down a riverbank and into the water and putting him on a chair and 6 other people, 4 cameras and all the pressure one puts on themselves, trying to get him to catch a trout on a fly. I don't know that I knew at the time, but that was the most intense 75 minutes I have ever spent on a river. I was not going to let that man down.
It's hard to explain. It's just hard to really explain. Until you are around these men and you talk to them and get to know them, it's just, it's very heartening, very heartening.
The thrill of helping someone catch their first fish or even their last fish is equally exciting. But this particular memory will stick with me for a very long time.